Hey everyone, it's Rye bringing you another video that is highly requested. We're going to do a tier list for luxuries. I want to preface this by saying this is on patch 31.9 of Lekmod, and anything can happen in future patches, but just kind of wanted to make sure that that's known because a lot of my other tier lists are frankly a bit outdated, right? At the time of making this, some of the UUs got nerfed. The Civ tier list is definitely wrong now because some Civs got heavily buffed, some got nerfed a bit. The meta shifted because of other changes to tech steals and whatnot. So, needless to say, this is on 31.9, map 4.2. Let's just jump in. Okay, so I think one of the important things I wanted to cover here is going to be certain luxuries are better for certain things, and certain luxuries kind of indicate whether or not you're in a certain region, right? So, for instance, I'm just gonna state like something obvious, right? Like olives is probably like the worst lux in the game, right? That's like a fact. Um, Olives, a lot of the time, it's a sun god, but it's not in the jungle. It's not in high food areas. So a lot of times you're playing this low food game that doesn't have any gold, and then the regional panth that's supposed to fix it doesn't really fix it. So, that being said, it looks like we have a bunch of other sun gods right here. I'm gonna put coconut in the S tier, and then cocoa and citrus are pretty interchangeable. These are actually the exact same. But coconut is just more yields, and then these two are also very, very strong. I love Sun God, especially for tradition. Now, one thing, actually, maybe I put them in B because this is tricky. How do I want to do this? I didn't think about this shit at all. Um, I think coconut has to be here because coconut is just the highest yield lux. Um, I'm very inclined not to rank stuff like marble, salt, obsidian, perfume. Right, those aren't regionals. Rubber, those aren't regionals. We're gonna ignore those. Okay, so mining lux. I personally prefer gems to. Do I prefer gems to? Hmm. I think I actually prefer like gold copper over gems. I mean they're kind of about the same. I think for me they're just solid. Okay, how do I want to do this? Hmm. I think okay, let's just take the obvious ones. Dyes and silk I think are just bad. Like they're just low roll luxes in general. They get pretty good with a tech after with a building after economics, which is pretty relevant. Um, it's just hard for me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put them below olives. I think I'd rather have olives than that. Definitely rather have incense than either of them. Ivory is now pretty strong. I after the gold buffs, I really didn't think it would matter that much, but it makes it feel so much better. Plus the circuses in all those cities are just so good. Guaranteed circus rather. Hmm. I really like cotton. I think cotton is an A tier lux, and I'm gonna put first. This is a controversial decision. I love furs, and let me tell you why. One, it's got the best building, which is after economics. It's the textile mill, which is the same as silk and dyes, but um, it's a good lux before that. Not to mention, it also gets probably the best pantheon, or one of the best pantheons, just food from camps. And the most important thing is it gives you chops, guaranteed chops on those tiles. It's the only Lux in the game that has guaranteed chops. Actually, is that true? Maybe. No, I think that's true. I think that's true. No, Truffles too. Truffles does as well, but um, Truffles does as well. Do I want to put these above? This is tricky. I really should have thought about this before making this video, but I think this is kind of the charm for me is that I just don't give a fuck. Hmm. I think I'd rather have incense over tobacco. That might be a hot take, but I do value the hammer, and I also value. Is that even true though? I think tea is better than both of these in general. Tea is nice because it allows you to settle on it. On a plains tea tile will have two hammers, which means settling on it, you'll retain one of the hammers. It's like settling on a horse. Where's my Lux? Oh shit, I don't think this has coffee on it. Coffee is shit. Coffee is like, it's fine, but it's worse than tea and cotton. Spawns in the same type of way. My Lux is coffee because I always get coffee, and it's ironically not on this list. It's kind of funny. Brewery Luxes in general, I think, are very strong. I think I'd rather have wine over tea, though. I think we can do the coastal ones. There's a reason I'm not doing. There's a reason I'm not doing the fucking mining luxes because I just don't know where to put them. Sugar is about the same as tea. Okay, so coral is the best in my opinion. I think coral is the best. It has the most gold. It has faith gen, which is super helpful. Yeah, I'd rather have coral. We're gonna put whales above the pearls. I think the demos from the whales is more important than the little bit of culture you get. Where are the fucking pearls? And then I think crab is the worst. Crab. What else? Okay, now I have to do the hard one. Shit. Ah, fuck. This is tricky. Because, like, the thing about mining luxes is they're so consistent. You know, the reason I put Austria as a good civ is because you're more likely to get a mining lux, and that's always good, especially for traditions. Amazing for liberty, fantastic for piety. Not, in my opinion, the best for honor because you don't need that many hammers as honor. But I can go through this. First is great for anything. It's obviously super good for tradition. Very good for things like honor because it gets a lot of gold. Coconut's just great. It's so much food. It's got a hammer. It's got good gold. You can play anything on this. I mean, you'd be remiss. I'd be remiss to tell you that it's harder to play wide on Sun God in general, which is why these guys are down here, especially this guy, because the lack of gold is super noticeable, and you don't really need that much early food on something like Liberty compared to something like Tradition. And Sun God's one of the best Tradition pantheons. Compare that to what are the new pantheons? Okay, I'm gonna message Ashwin right now. I'm gonna call him. Where the fuck is he? Yo, he's deafened. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Let me call Hawks. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Who cares? Yo, I have shitty friends. God, fuck. Okay, now I have to think about this alone. See, the problem is they all go in the same place. Would I rather have ivory or a mining lux? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, would I rather have? I would definitely rather have tea than a mining lux most of the time. It depends on like the rest of the land, right? If the rest of your land is like all like grassland and stuff, I want the mining lux. But if it's all plains, I don't really want the mining lux. This is tricky. Breweries in general are very good. Mints are especially strong, which is why I think I put mints above the one extra gold you get from something like Lapis, because it's easy to get mints online. And fuck. Okay, hold on. Hey, so I'm making a video right now, and I don't know what to do with mining luxes. I don't know where to put them.
Huh.
See, it's kind of tricky.
Depends. So, is this for regional?
Yeah, this is regional. Well, you can ignore like gems and salt and shit.
Yeah, because like, well, the important thing is like mining lux for coast is insane. Mining lux secondary, but for regional, it's
It's
very different.
it's just regionals. Yeah.
I think mining luxes in general are. I would still rate them very highly. Like I've started to believe more in production since playing movies, and mining luxes are good.
So, but are they better than like cotton? Like, I don't think so. I'd probably always rather have cotton.
I feel like I would. I don't even like cotton. Like I don't like textile mill luxes that
Oh,
much.
I love textile mills.
I mean textile mills are great, but they just come later than like breweries and stuff.
I mean, that's what I've first the best regional, mostly for the guaranteed chop. But
The guarantee chop is very nice. Yeah, I guess the other ones. I would put them. Yeah, I would put the mining luxes
in A,
in
probably
A.
that's what I'm thinking, right? It's like
You can try to split as well. You can split tiers versus
so yeah.
idle
That's the
luxes.
next thing. Would you rather? I actually didn't remember. I originally called Ashwood because I did remember the pantheons to pick up. Its
Mhm.
tiers gives like gold and faith, and then what's the other one?
Uh, Basic one culture, one faith.
Okay, that's cringe. Okay.
No, I mean I think they're. I actually don't think either the pantheons are that great. It's just that the tiers luxes have one more gold on them.
Now, what do you think? What's better, the or one more gold, or the earlier mints?
The one more gold is better because so they're better early and the eventual yield is better
The culture,
because
yeah, I
the
agree
one
with
culture
that.
versus one.
But the
Yeah.
thing, I like the idea of mints. I've been like jogging this in my head because it's like I like the idea of mints because they allow followers to activate a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean,
It's so
mint,
tricky. This is so hard. I'm gonna.
mint.
They're all going next to each other anyway, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
uh
I mean, mints are really good. I mints are really good, but I think getting one more gold per turn before like the mint
I think
before the building
obviously
comes
the
up
early gold is
is yeah
substantially
yeah
more important.
yeah. Like I would put the tiers luxes a half tier above the other luxes. I could put I guess in the same tier or
But
slightly
are they
different
better
tiers. I
than
don't know.
like a brewery lux?
Um,
Like a tea, right? Would you rather have the one food, two hammers, three gold, or the three hammers, three gold? I feel like often I'd rather have the one food, two hammers.
yeah, I love food, but so it's gonna depend. It's just it just depends. It depends a lot on what tree you are.
Yeah.
I
This
don't
is why I
know.
hate
It's really
whoever the
tough.
fuck requested this video is a dumbass. But whatever.
I mean, yeah. What? So yeah, I think pretty clearly. I like your. So your C and D tier are good. Um, actually, if anything, I would put olives in C and um, in my opinion, tobacco and incense are the worst luxes in the game.
I I don't know.
I guess it gives you a pantheon.
Dude,
So like,
it gives you a
accept the
pantheon
fact
and
that it gives you a pantheon.
I
They're
feel
the
like a
worst
lot of
regional.
my best games were on incense. Like if you
Really?
for whatever reason. Like I don't know why. Like a
Maybe
lot
because you get flat desert incense and then like you settle on incense
and
and
then
then
and then
luxes
it
is good.
incentivizes me to play Liberty and take the game seriously. Is that why?
Yeah, it incentivizes you to play Liberty and settle on luxes, which is just a very good thing to do.
Yeah, true. I actually
Uh,
was talking about this earlier, but I love the ivory change. Like I didn't think the one extra gold would be that meaningful, but it
it really
is.
is. Yeah.
It's so meaningful.
Yep.
Oh God, where do we put
Yeah.
this?
Um,
See, the thing is, if I ask Miyota's gonna say, "What the fuck? You have furs? That these buying luxes are the best, right?" And that's cringe. So I didn't want to ask him.
yeah. Yeah. Of course, you can say this is the
Yeah,
best. Actually, I think you have to put olives, citrus, and cocoa up a tier because of New Sun God. New Sun God is so good.
that shit's getting nerfed. Like I
Well,
it's
with
that is
we
so egregiously stupid. Like
yeah.
I I mean, yes, I agree with you, but like it's so dumb. Like I didn't even talk about the new sun god. In my head, sun god is still just one food. Like it's not
Yeah, yeah,
real. It's not real.
yeah. With new Sun God, those all go up a tier, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And coconut keeps going. Um,
Yeah, coconut becomes in a tier of its own.
yeah. Um,
I don't know. Yeah, this is really tough. I think they're like roughly an A tier. I think A or B is fine.
yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
definitely not an
thinking.
S tier. Um,
Hmm.
you could split them between tiers and between tiers and the others.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And I mean, I think we can all agree Lapis is objectively the best one.
What is the what is the reason?
It's blue.
Okay, I see.
Am I happy with this? I don't know. Crab is the worst for sure. Hmm.
Yeah, crab is worse on coast. Yeah, I think your coastal luxes are correct for sure.
Yeah, coral is just so cracked. Like, it's so stupid. Ah. Okay, I think I'm happy with this.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I would. There's like a couple. I would do a couple things one
You
tier, but
definitely
this
move
is.
cotton. I know you'd move cotton.
Um,
I just
I don't know. I don't know about moving cotton. No,
I
yeah, no. I would
love
move
textile
cotton.
mills, man. They are the greatest thing.
Yeah, I would move cotton down one. Move truffles down one.
I was actually
Um,
debating moving truffles down. I really
and I would
was.
swap C and D tier. I think. But again, if you're or just keep olives in D tier if you're trying to ignore Sun God.
I'm trying to ignore sun god.
Okay, so yeah, I would
Okay, I'm
swap the
actually
other
gonna move
thing.
this down because I agree with you. I think truffles is just worse than
Yeah,
ivory, like by a
it's
lot.
bad. Yeah, grocers are just like
They're
so
just so
useless.
shit, which is it's
Yeah.
just crazy. Honestly, even if they gave two food, I don't know if they'd build them. Maybe, maybe then. Mm,
If it was two food, like, well, if it's two base food, that's like feels
that's
balanced to me.
different. That's different. I'm
Yeah,
saying per tile.
two food per tile was like very strong. I feel like that'd be strong.
Yeah.
Like textile, it's like textile mill. They're pretty much the
Oh,
same.
okay, so now we're comparing it to its counterpart. Got it.
What? Well, yeah, no, I mean, yeah,
um, hmm, I, I think something I don't know if I like the fact that wine are above tiers, and wine and but I don't. I
I
like
mean
tea better than
the
wine.
brewery is
I,
so
I
good. I
intentionally
mean,
I actually didn't realize, but coffee's not on this list. But coffee would be in B tier.
yes, because I guess sugar should also be in. No, I guess sugar is chop, right?
Yeah, sugar is chop.
So sugar is chop, and that's why it's there. But it is actually relevant that they have one less base gold because it's much worse when you settle on them.
Yep.
I would actually put tea lower because well I
No,
guess
no,
you can
no,
get the
because
plain
it
tea.
gets the hammer. Yep.
You can get
That's
the
the
plain tea.
only reason I have it in
Yeah,
A.
yeah. Wine is the most consistent because it's always good to settle on. Tea is
Yep.
like
Yeah.
it's a
No.
lottery whether it's
Okay.
good.
Then
It
we
can
can
be
switch
better
them.
or
We can
worse.
switch them.
It
Yeah.
yeah, tea can be better than wine or it can be worse than wine.
Yeah.
Either way.
Which is why I think it's a happy middle ground. Okay.
Yep.
I think we're good with this list. Maybe.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Other than I insist these faith things should be
No, I'm telling you, they're
no.
good. It's
I guess
something
sensor
about it.
makers are
Something
good.
about it is like
Well,
they're
it's Pantheon.
it's Pantheon and it's like
It's
it's
Pantheon and
such
sensor
high gold to
makers.
settle on.
Yeah. Okay, I guess they're so terrible, but if you can settle on them, and
I
if you
love
use
I love
one
the
for
people that are
Pantheon, you
like
settle on them.
I love the people that are like, oh yeah, I took mandirs to fix my incense. I'm like, that's not
Oh
how
my
that
God,
works.
that's
That's
so
not how that
stupid.
works.
You have no idea how much that type of thing annoys me.
I think I saw Grabo do that once, and I just like turned off the
Oh
fucking
my
stream.
God.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Cool. I think I'm good with this. I think we're good. Cool.
Yeah, this looks good.
Cool. Thank you, bud. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Bye. All right. Well, thanks to Hawks for just spontaneously joining this discussion. I think this list is in a good spot. Whoever did request this, you're a fucking moron. But there's a lot I could say about each individual Lux and what it wants to do for the game. But realistically, your Lux should not determine what your game state looks like. The rest of your land does. If I have Liberty land and I'm playing on olives, I'm still going to play Liberty regardless of the fact that I have olives. I will say certain Luxes indicate certain playstyles. For instance, I'm not really going to want to play tradition on incense because tradition wants to work all of the tiles it has access to. And incense just isn't one of those tiles. Incense is something that really kind of indicates on liberty. Mining luxes, I've already talked about. Ivory is just fantastic in general. And then I'm a huge advocate. Like, the buildings that kind of complement the luxuries are really important. And something like furs, and the reason I love furs and cotton is because they're really good luxes to work in the early game. They kind of fall off in the mid game, and then that's when you get the textile mill. And then after the textile mill, they're the best luxes in the game, right? So it's interesting to think about. And obviously the guaranteed chop on furs is the main reason it's up there. But yeah, hopefully this has been interesting. Um, Always a fun discussion to kind of talk about tiers and ranking certain things. I think the coastal luxes are in a good spot. Remember, for coffee's not on this list. Coffee's probably be in B tier, low B tier. Under, I would rather have a mint than a coffee regional. So cool. All right, I think that's all for me today right now. So thanks for watching this dumbass rant thing, but cool.